What sort of flowers are these?
They're gladioli.
And where do they come from?
They are grown in the Caboolture area.
Oh, very nice. I should buy some, I think.
We don't get them in very often. You're lucky today.
Yes, it's a spectacular colours. What ones do you think I should buy? They all look nice, don't they?
Maybe the nice mixed coloured bunch?
Yes, I think so too. You know, I would like to find out where these are grown. Do you know anything about that?
They come from a farm at Olimba near Caboolture. They might let you visit someday.
That's
I can give you their number if you like.
That would be a good idea. I'll buy a bunch today and we'll get the number from you. Thank you. And how much do I owe you for these? Darling, come here.
Right.
Hello, darling. Look what I've got for you.
Oh, aren't they beautiful? What have you done?
Nothing. I bought them at the florist today. They're especially for you. And while I was there, they told me where they came from.
Where did they come from?
They come from a farm up north of Caboolture at Olimba. And I said to the lady, could we go there? And she said she has a number, so we might try and go up there and see how they're grown.
Oh, we will do that because they're absolutely beautiful.
Hello, can I help you? You certainly sound like gladioli growing might excite you. Would you like to come and have a look on the farm? Okay, I'll let you know when it will be convenient for us and we'll show you around a bit. Yeah, so what's your phone number? No worries. I'll give you a ring. Thanks.
In the 1950s, Marge Carstens grew gladioli in her backyard at Richlands, mainly as a hobby. She'd take them by train to Brisbane and sell them to make some extra money. Her son, Jan, earned a degree at Gatton Agricultural College, and later Marge and Jan established a gladioli farm at Olimba near Caboolture. They were very successful. During the 2010 decade, Jan edged into retirement, but still lives on the farm with his wife Dulcie. As Jan eased out, his son Mark and his wife Janine have now eased in. It's from corms, similar to bulbs, from which the flowers grow. Let Mark and Janine tell us about corms.
Just a couple more things. You say you rotate through your corms, so you've had the flowering time, you've had the picking time, now the corms go away and get stored. How do you keep rejuvenating those?
Oh, well, we import our planting stock.
Right.
So at least 50% of what we plant each season is brand new, imported from Holland. Oh. And so that's got to be grown under quarantine conditions with the department. They've got to check and all that sort of stuff. And the other half, the other 50% are returned last year's crop that we processed and dug ourselves.
So that means you're losing a fair few of the corms as they get older. What's the lifespan of a corm then?
Oh, but that just gives us the opportunity to delete varieties that aren't performing or aren't as popular. Right. And different times of the year the quality is good in the corms you lift, and other times it's not so good. So
that's a market feedback thing. They're saying we like reds or we like yellows or something. Yeah. So
by ordering and buying half of that need, you can react to market demands.
Well, how long would it take then if suddenly the market says, oh, we want 1 million more reds because the Chinese are coming into the country and they like reds? How could you react to that sort of request?
Oh well, you've got to have the bulbs, and if you don't have them on hand, it takes you 3 or 4 months to get them ordered and out here. You've got to find the land to do it.
Right.
You know, to double production means you've got to find another 20 acres that is frost-free and has water and is clean soil and a lot of boxes to tick.
It's about a year, isn't it, obviously?
Oh yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There's no way you can react to a quick demand in any way.
No.
6 to 8 weeks after harvesting the flowers, the corms have developed and are ready to be removed from the soil. They'll be processed and will make up half of next year's crop plantings. The first process is to slash the tops from the plants just below the soil surface. The plant material will become compost in the soil. The slasher head is raised at the right time to preserve the marker gaps in the rows. This ensures that Gladioli variety separation can be preserved. The corm digger gets prepared to remove the corms from the soil. The storage boxes are loaded and the crew position themselves ready to start the process. The digger is aligned correctly with the rows and the digger head is lowered to penetrate to a depth below the corms as the digger moves forward. A large percentage of the lifted soil falls back to earth through the elevator chain. Larger clumps are carried on the outside sections of the sorting conveyor along with the corms, while the bulbs are manually picked up and placed on the centre section of the conveyor. They drop into a crate beside the waste chutes. The clumps return to earth through chutes at the end of the conveyor. A worker follows the digger to pick up any corms that were not captured by the digger head elevator. The machine pauses at the marker gaps. The conveyors are kept running to clear that product and the crates are changed on the work platform. Care is necessary to keep the varieties segregated and identified. Tags identify the Gladioli variety on all crates. At the end of a full circuit of the bed, the digger is reversed into position for unloading at a convenient spot. The digger then continues until the bed is completely clear of corms. Meanwhile, the crates of bulbs are loaded onto a truck and trailer combination and taken to the corm processing unit. The crates are unloaded, then dipped in fungicide. The top empty crates are only to keep the crates containing corms submerged. 10 minutes later, the crates are taken from the fungicide and the corms are allowed to drain. Next, the corms are placed on the conveyor to be thoroughly washed and cleaned under high-pressure heated streams of water. Gas is used to heat the water. At the output end of the conveyor, the corms are again collected into crates. The water is discharged through drains and flows into a dam on the property. Mark explains the method and purpose of the corm processing.
So these are bulbs we lifted 2 weeks ago, and they've been washed and dipped, and they go into these wooden trays just to dry. And what we have to do here is just separate the old bulb and the roots away from the good clean new bulb. That's the one we keep, and we just throw throw that away.
The
When you plant that bulb, he'll grow a plant, but he'll also duplicate himself and grow a new bulb on top.
Oh, right.
And the original bulb will shrivel away and be spent growing the plant, but he'll also duplicate a fresh new bulb. So we have to get rid of that old bulb, keep the new one. Fortunately, you still have to do this by hand. We do have a machine that'll pull a lot of the roots off, but it won't quite get that larger old shriveled up bulb off the bottom.
Oh, so the new growth is on top of the old one,
Yes,
not below it.
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah. And how many seasons can you get out of a product like this?
Well, yeah, several, easily. Depends on the varieties. They're all kept track of what variety the boxes are,
right,
and different colours. So some are very vigorous and healthy, and others not so much. So.
Do you then try and keep buying those vigorous ones, or is it just a matter of colour that you choose?
A bit of both, yeah.
Yeah.
So generally, you order the colours in the ratio that you need, and then you're trying to look for healthy varieties in that colour group.
Are you finding that the good ones are coming from particular farms in Holland, or is it just how good the hybridisation is?
Yeah, well, it's continuous, so there's always new colours coming. We trial new colours every year, half a dozen or 10 colours every year of a new strain of a variety.
Right. And what you're doing there now, where is that clean bulb going to go?
Well, that'll go back into the tray again. It'll rest in the tray for another week, just to get that last bit of moisture out of, and then they'll go into cold storage. So, so you don't want any moisture in the product when it goes in the cold room. So it needs to dry and air another week or so, and then we'll put it away in the cold room at 5 degrees. And it'll sit there dormant till whenever you want to plant next season.
Okay. If you wanted to, could they stay a couple of years in that cold storage?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Oh, okay. So if by chance the season wasn't good or the market wasn't good, you can delay your growing for that reason?
Yeah.
So it gives you a bit of flexibility for the market changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you generally don't want to keep them for a couple of years.
You
want to plant them next season.
Do they degrade over time, do you think?
Oh, yeah, slightly, yeah.
The processed corms are then placed in the absolutely essential cool room, which along with water and sunlight are indispensable for successful crops. Back at the field and the beds cleared of corms, there is a long process to restore the soil to a satisfactory condition for the next crop. This is likely to take at least crops of oats, sorghum or other suitable composting plants are grown to be ploughed into the soil during this period.
Okay.
There may be multiple green crops between gladioli crops. When the green crop is mature, a plough with 2 rows of different shaped discs is used to cut the plants off below the surface of the soil and turn them over, close to or on the surface. The plants will then die. This will aid the composting. A week or 2 later, a plough with 1 row of 4 bigger and round discs turns the soil to a much greater depth. Before the gladioli are planted, fertiliser or fowl manure is added to the soil. The machine is prepared for planting. First insecticide, then fertiliser are loaded into the machine, followed by the corms. The planting is pre-planned and recorded on worksheets. This records the flower details and where each type is planted, with details of soil preparation. The same sheets are used for the harvesting of the flowers. Now loaded with corms, pesticide and fertiliser, the machine deposits them into the soil in one process. When the planting's finished, the soil surface is levelled to help the continuous care of the growing plants. The plants break through the soil after around 2 weeks from planting, and there's a continuous process of plant and soil care for the duration of the crop. Water and sunlight are necessary to produce a healthy crop of flowers. The water supply is from a dam located on the farm. The pump house is located at one end and supplies the water from the dam to fields by 2 different irrigation systems. One is a traveller system. This is connected to the aluminium pipes by a large flexible hose and is mounted on wheels. The rotating sprinkler head drives a winch to wind in a cable fixed to a peg or tractor at the end of the path between the beds and propels the traveller along the length of the beds. The second requires the shifting of the aluminium lightweight pipes with quick connect assemblies. These carry the water to another set of the same type of pipes fitted with sprinkler nozzles and elevated on lightweight stands. The plant and soil care continues through the life of the plant to ensure the highest quality of flowers. While the plants are in the early stages of growth, the tractor is used to turn the surface of the soil between the rows. This destroys any weeds and aerates the soil. When the plants are more mature, the tractor turns the soil to a greater depth and hills it around the base of each row of gladioli. This has a few technical advantages, particularly in adding nitrogen to the soil, and helps support the plants more firmly in the soil. Around this time, the crop is sprayed for pests and diseases. A most exciting day begins. An early start is made before 6 a.m. as the flowers have to be ready for dispatch to wholesalers this evening, and there is still a lot to do before being put on the transport. The flowers are cut by hand. A tractor with a custom-built outrigger conveyor, straddling several rows, travels slowly along the rows, and the cutters, each cutting one row, follow. They place their bundles of flowers on the conveyor, and the worker on the tractor platform places them in buckets of water.
So the safety's done. Yeah, looks like there's some.
Gladioli, already carefully sorted by variety in the field, are then taken to the packing shed. The flowers required to fill orders are placed close to the length grading machine. While the excess of gladioli not needed to fill immediate orders will be stored in the all-important cold room.
Show a lot more colour. You know, you won't open up like this.
Right.
That's what you don't want.
No, no.
And even that's too much.
Yes, yes.
So he'll sit like that. He'll probably look like that after a week.
Right. So yes, you've got to get the length of time.
But you only can't hold on for them too long.
No, that's right.
And they want to sell them. They're only a middleman, they're not the end buyer.
Right.
So they've got to sell them to a florist, a retailer,
Yeah.
But then got to sell them to the public.
How long do you think between your picking and getting to the shop?
Well, generally the 3 days transit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 day in here, 2 days on the road
Okay. Yeah.
to the next.
In the shed, each flower passes through the size grader. The blue sensors detect the length, then signal to the above ingenious mechanism that will trim the stalk so that each flower conforms to one of the 4 set lengths used. The cut flowers are then dropped into a box according to size.
Are these smalls that have been graded?
No, so everything is graded in colours, so it all should come in the correct colour. They're picked in the correct colour, they're planted in the correct colour. You do get the odd one that's not the right colour. So you're picking the head length, that they're all the similar length. Sometimes the grader doesn't has a few shorter ones in there, so you pull them out. And then you're also making sure that that's not attacked by a grub or the head size is too small. So this is your final lot of grading after it's been through the machine, that you're just making sure it's a quality. Yeah, yes. So it comes down to the right flower to go in the bunch to then to be sold. Just local.
Have you got an overseas market from here?
No. The weight of them is really quite heavy, and it just costs way too much in 6, 8, 10. Yes. We used to, a long time ago, everything used to get flown down to Sydney or Melbourne, and then the freight just went through the roof because it was so expensive. So yeah. But now we've just got cold storage trucks that take everything down. Well, that's exactly it. And that's why nothing's been brought in from overseas, because they're too expensive to bring in. So which is in our favour. Because a lot of other stuff, Mark went to the Melbourne markets the other week, and they reckon anywhere from 60 to 70% is all comes from overseas. Of all flowers. 2, 4, 5, which is a lot. 6. Well, because of the cheap labour, and they're paying such a small amount to produce them. A lot of stuff from China and South America, and roses from South America.
The thing is, nowadays they've got so much spare freight space on some of these aircraft, and you take 200 passengers and 20 tonnes.
6, 8, 10, yeah, that's right.
And what you're doing now is 10. And what do you do from here? Do you get wrapped up in something?
So then they get, what Harry's doing now, he cuts and bands them, so you trim them and put bands around them, and then they get bundled into fives. And then anything that's loose gets left at the end, because we also do mixed bunches. Not as in mixed bundles more than bunches, yeah.
Mixed bundles.
Yeah.
The shops are asking.
Yeah, because they like a little variety of everything, yeah.
Do you have any choice as to where these are going to? You just give us an agent?
Yeah, we have customers that contact us. So they're all individual wholesalers, a couple of florists, but mainly wholesalers, and we deal direct with one-on-one person. So we'll have about 20 different customers.
What sort of quantities would the wholesalers buy?
Yeah, they. The questions you should be asking Mark, but we've got some in Sydney that do all the chain stores, so they'll buy like 4,000 in a go. Yeah, so they'll buy a whole bin full, what we call a bin full, and.
You must love them when they do that.
Exactly.
Because you don't do any of the ongoing ones, do you? Once they leave here, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. 6, 7, 8.
Thank you, Janine.
The flowers are now ready to be packed for transport. Gladioli must be transported standing up, which makes the process more expensive. custom-made cartons are used, and clients' details, also colour variety and length, must be clearly marked. The pallets are then returned to the cold room to await the arrival of the refrigerated transport. The transport arrives. The loading begins. The flowers are moved from one cold area to another. It's a happy feeling for everyone involved. Another successful outcome. Beautiful, feel-good products reaching their customers. Yet tomorrow we'll see them back in the field, preparing for yet another crop.